You guys still there?
Yeah, still here.
Yo, what's up, lads?
What up?
What's happening?
I like the
How are we?
countdown. Fancy stuff.
It's one of those pre-built ones. I need to get a proper one. I still haven't got the timer figured out either.
Yeah, that'll be a good one eventually.
So this week, obviously, everybody already knows Josh, but we're joined by Greg, who has his own podcast. You're on all
About
sorts
10.
of shows at this point, yeah. So I'm going to kind
about
of
10 of them.
put it over to
Holy
you
shit.
and maybe give us a quick rundown of some of the stuff you do.
So I'm Greg. I'm part of the Dynamo Podcast Network. So we have a couple of shows over there. Myself and Ted run one called Retrotainment, which Aran has been on, where we take a look back at older movies and sort of give it a breakdown. We have the On the Slab horror show, which Aran has also been on recently
Another
enough. So we have that. We have the Retrotainment Recast, which is our challenge show, where we take old movies and recast them with actors of today in a competition style format.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then we have the Man United podcast, United Till We Die, the Red Devils Report.
How do
Busy
you
man.
how do you keep up with? I can barely keep up with one podcast. How do you?
I have a very patient wife.
Key.
No, it's all we do it all at night.
Yeah, you just have to try and cram as many shows.
After sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock when the kids are in bed.
Yeah. So this week, obviously, we're watching Dog Soldiers from 2002. I guess a quick first thoughts, or what's your thoughts on this film, Greg? You've already seen it, obviously.
This is my favorite werewolf movie. This for me is the best werewolf movie there is.
I didn't even know it was a werewolf movie. I'm going in completely blind.
Yeah, like me and my best mate used to go over to X-Division and rent out. They used to do 5 movies for a $5 for 5 nights. We'd find the worst looking boxes we could find and hope for the best. And we picked this out of it, and it's an absolute fucking gem.
It really is. I have to say, it's one of those ones where I think even when I first seen this, I probably didn't even really know that it was a werewolf movie.
You don't really up until probably half an hour in.
Yeah. Which I
well,
like.
Obviously, the name should have given it away, but yeah.
So it's like in the vein of like a Predator, where it starts off as one thing and pivots to
pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's actually That's a good analogy to it, really.
I love movies like that start off as one thing and then all of a sudden it's like, how the fuck did we get here?
Yeah.
Like Dusk Till Dawn does that too.
From
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn was the one of the first ones that I remember doing it, and it's just like, where did that even come from? Like,
I also love Deep Rising just because of that. I don't think it's a good movie, but
Deep Rising. I only rewatched that because it came on Disney Plus there not so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, it didn't age well, did it?
I haven't seen it in years. But
yeah, it's on. It's on.
You
Disney
get me
Plus.
with that trope. If you have that in your movie, I'm in.
Yeah, but like this, when I watched this the first time, I instantly was hooked on it. I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Oh, now I'm extra excited. I had no idea.
It's funny as well because this is another one of those. You said earlier, Greg. It's an English movie, UK movie. Budget apparently of 2 million. It only made like 3.5, I think, in worldwide gross.
It probably didn't even go to the cinema in the likes of America and whatnot.
And it's funny now because
I'd never heard of it.
Neil Marshall
actually,
is like
my co-host JP. He talked about it. He likes it, but
yeah, it's one of those ones I feel like that came out just kind of under the radar, and like you said, Greg, and I think that's how we talked about Creep from 2004 before. Like that was the same for me. It was like one of those ones I just picked up and went, oh, all right.
We actually said it on the slab there a while ago between me, Carl, and we were saying that English movies, they age probably better than American horror movies do, in a way.
Yeah.
They look more classic, rather than things like that's not saying they're better movies. Well, some of them are, but
well, anything with practical effects is going to age better than wonky CGI.
Yeah, it should do anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part.
Yeah,
there's still bad practical, but
there's bad practical, but there's some really fucking good practical too.
Right, that's the thing, and that's timeless.
Yeah, and like the work that goes into them, like we were talking to Nick Benson, I know you've talked to him as well, Aaron, and he was like describing some of the work that they do, and it's just phenomenal work that they do. Like, I'd always be more practical over CGI.
Yeah, funny actually, kind of ties into it. Obviously, Neil Marshall, who made this movie, done The Descent a couple of years after.
The Descent was the one that blew up for him.
Yeah, and like I had, I think it was like my second ever podcast episode. I had Paul Hyatt, who done the special effects. He created the monsters for The Descent, and just to listen to him talk about, you know, how fixated he was on having the monsters, whatever you want to call them, be a practical thing rather than some CGI. Like
so they were
like actual a PS2 cutscene or something.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't even much to them really.
No, not really.
Just making it sort of plain skin and then sort of dark eyes, and that was about it. Like it was a very similar creature to Gollum, really, from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But like the Descent was brilliant.
So just
again, that's another one of them movies that kind of veer off from randomness.
And now
I've never seen that. I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
That's another very good one.
Yeah.
So just to give a quick synopsis, and then we'll start the film. Then, a British squad sent on a training mission to the Highlands of Scotland against Special Operations Squad. Ignoring the childish campfire stories heard in the area, they continue with their mission and come across the bloody remains of the Special Ops Squad. And a fierce howling is pitching the night sky. With two mortally wounded men, they make an escape, running into a zoologist by the name of Megan, who knows exactly what hunts them. What begins as what they thought was a training mission turns into a battle for their lives against the most unlikely enemies they would have expected. Werewolves.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm
This sounds awesome.
Like even like, I don't know what picture you have there, Josh, as the picture. Is it the picture of him standing in the woods with the wolf at the back?
At the beginning screen?
Yeah.
It's whoever illegally uploaded it to YouTube. Their channel. That's what I see first.
No,
I assume because it's a dog in a top hat.
Yeah, there's two different covers for this. So one of them is obviously an army guy standing with the moon in his back, and his shadow is a werewolf.
Yeah, nice.
And then there's obviously the other one where it's a whole lot of werewolf faces in the darkness, which is pretty cool. I think that might be the Blu-ray one.
That's the one. They're is it Red?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
yeah. I have both of them.
Same
Yeah.
actually.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, let's go for it then, Josh. If you want to do the countdown.
All right. We go on 1, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting the YouTube closed caption on.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say a minute ago. And I need to get out of the habit of renting films on YouTube, because if you actually rent them and pay for them on YouTube, there's no subtitles on any of them.
Really? You can't even turn them on?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, there's no option on any movie I've
Strange
rented
choice.
like legally off of YouTube. They never have subtitles.
Oh shit.
I've only ever rented one, and that was when we were doing House on the Haunted Hill for Retrotainment with yourself, and it wouldn't work for me. So they gave me a free rental, and I used it there about 2 weeks ago to rent Halloween Kills again.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Oh fuck! It won't let me. On my other TV, I can turn on subtitles, but I can't on this for some reason. Shit! I'm actually going to turn it up. Can y'all hear that? Is it too loud?
No, it's grand.
No, that's
Okay.
grand.
It's very gritty, this film, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the way it's filmed, like it's not like high definition. I know it's 2002. It's not like fucking 4K HD or anything, but it
has that look about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still works. It has that look. I think he went for that kind of American Werewolf in London kind of look.
Yeah.
The real gritty one.
I might have accidentally fast forwarded. What time stamp are you at?
Mine doesn't show me.
I'm on 155.
Oh, okay, that's what
I'm
I'm
on
at.
one. Yeah, I'm on 158 actually.
I'm on my Apple TV, and it's all touch, and it's always gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Ooh, what the fuck?
Yeah, this goes from 0 to fucked up in a whole lot of seconds.
I mean, this is a horrible thing to happen to somebody, but while you're having sex, it's...
I mean, he didn't even get to have sex. That's the worst of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, my brain couldn't comprehend it. Because you're in that mode. Like, it wouldn't be able to get out of that mode in time to do anything about it.
Yeah. Just might as well take me away. I'm done. I'm checked out at this stage.
Yeah. At least wait till they're done in their refractory period. Like, then you're just like, whatever, I'm good.
They'll be so relaxed it wouldn't even be fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just take me. I'm good.
I think actually I was listening to the director's commentary and all on this during the week, and I think initially they gave one of the lead roles to Simon Pegg, and it was only, I think Edgar Wright had offered him Shaun of the Dead at that point.
Oh, nice.
So he was originally, I think, Simon Pegg was attached.
Yeah, I'd say he played Cooper.
Yeah.
I love Simon Pegg.
Although your man Kevin McKidd went on to, I think, do Grey's Anatomy and all, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Not that I watched that, but
yeah. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, she did. She did though. Then you have
Is that?
It's Liam Cunningham, yeah.
Is that the guy from Davos from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's Onion Knight.
He plays an absolute dick in this.
Because he's such a lovable guy in that show.
He's one of those actors.
He's like the only decent person in that show.
He's one of those actors that, like, in Game of Thrones.
In Game of Thrones, yeah, he's like one of the only decent human beings in that whole show. Everyone's horrible.
I actually met him when I was working in IKEA. And I was like to him, he was major in Game of Thrones at this stage, and I was like, just don't say Davos, just don't say Davos, just don't say Davos.
Yeah.
I was like, you are Captain Ryan.
See, I always think that when you meet someone, you bring up lesser known. You know, you don't do the thing that they're most known for. You do something that's good, but no one saw it.
Yeah,
like, it
might stick a bit more.
Yeah, because they probably get the mainstream thing all the time. So it's like you say, "I loved you," and whatever, the smaller thing. I feel like they'd appreciate that more.
Yeah, he was grand. He was, although I do not like.
He was nice. I don't really.
Yeah, he was sound. Yeah. He so Ryan is special ops, and Cooper's auditioning to get into his team. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he had to evade capture.
Oh, okay. Because it just jumped from like tent massacre to.
Yeah, it comes up. It's about 3 hours earlier. So they were in Scotland where the werewolves attacked the thing, and they're in Wales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wales is an interesting place.
So,
where do you live, Greg? Where do you live?
Which?
You, Greg.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Oh, Wicklow. Just not too far from where Aran lives.
Oh, okay. So you're both in our okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just up the road.
Wales is like a made-up place. Like, their street signs don't make any sense.
He'll be back.
They have their own weird language.
Maybe.
From my limited experience.
Wales is definitely not a made-up place.
It's just, I don't even mean that as a negative. It's something else.
Yeah, it's tiny.
I took a boat from there to Dublin once, so we had to pass through.
Oh, you went from Holyhead to Dublin Port.
That sounds right. Because I lived in Birmingham for a year, a while back.
What a shithole of a place.
See, I enjoyed it, but that's
no offense if there's anyone from Birmingham listening, but it's a shithole.
I loved it, but I also grew up in like the middle of nowhere, and I was living in a place I hated. So it was like, oh my god, this is great.
And then you're back. What were you doing over there? If you were over from the States?
I went for work. I got sent over there for a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I suppose it's something different.
Yeah. It was different, and I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Well, it is. Sure.
It was an actual city, which I wasn't used to and always wanted. So.
Well, where are you from then?
Oh, I'm from Iowa. I've been all over the place.
Yeah.
I grew up in Iowa, went to Florida for a few years, then Birmingham, then back to Florida, then San Francisco, and now I'm in New York.
Nice.
Yeah. So I finally got the proper city thing.
The most expensive.
Yeah, I know. I go from San Francisco to New York. It's like, what am I doing? I just hate money.
From deer to dearer.
I do love it here, though.
What's that from? Is that from the West Coast to the East Coast, or the other way around? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, God, I just move places on a whim.
Depends where the work is.
Yeah, I got a job opportunity in San Francisco, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go there.
It's grand when you don't have kids, right, and you don't have to move them around.
Exactly. All I got's this idiot. So.
Yeah, he's grand though.
Yeah, she's been on more planes than people I went to high school with.
Yeah. Well, nobody leaves Iowa. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Although I've never been there either.
I enjoyed Ireland every time I went.
Yeah, it's grand.
I think I only did Dublin though. I never really got it proper.
Yeah, everyone does that. I've been to Ireland. I went to Dublin. All right. You didn't see much. Might as well be in another city.
Yeah, the last time I went to Dublin when I took that boat from Wales. It was on St. Patrick's Day. We just got there way too early in the morning and they weren't serving beer. I think we went to
Lovely.
like the Guinness factory or tour because they serve beer on it and no one else would sell
Yeah,
us
they do,
beer.
yeah.
So we went there so we could drink before like noon or whatever it was.
12? Is it 12? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember what. We got there really early in the morning and just figured we'd hit the ground running, and it's like, oh no, we can't drink. What the fuck's going on?
Go for it.
Yeah, yeah. So we did what we had to do, and we're like, oh, they serve beer on this tour. Let's go.
I mean, that's committed to the cause.
Yeah, hey, we sorted it out. You know, we had a problem, we solved it.
Oh god, that pooch looks fierce cozy over there.
Yeah.
She's the best. She's just out. She doesn't give a fuck about what I'm doing.
She's just gone. Look at this guy.
She's like 1,000,000 years old too.
Yeah,
I actually don't even know how old she is.
it's grand.
Anywhere from 15 to 13.
I mean, that's a hell of a stretch for a dog.
She's good too. Like she's the easiest dog ever. She's never had like any health problems, like, nothing. Like I don't understand it. And she's just chill as fuck.
Some
Like,
dog-
this is just her thing. Like I don't know if you ever
She
been to
goes
the
for
pound
sleep
before and seen like how the dogs go
No.
nuts when you go in. Because I went on my lunch break. I had no intention of getting a dog, and all the dogs are going nuts in their cages. She's just sitting there looking at me. I'm like, I have no choice. This dog's got my vibe right here.
You
$17
win.
later, I had a dog.
You have to pay for it too.
Yeah, it was like under $20. I like gave him a 20 and got change back. I mean, she was like chipped and has all her shots and like everything.
Jackpot.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'd say she loves you probably more than a pup would have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was the best impulsive decision I've ever made. Honestly, most of my impulsive decisions have worked out.
Well,
I've never really learned my lesson.
not yet, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on a pretty good run.
I don't know. I just noticed, I think, for the first time, the patch that they're wearing on their left arm is, it looks like a wolf's head with a knife or something going through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
like their
the-
symbol is. That's,
Yeah, like
it's a
the
nice little
squad
touch.
symbol, yeah.
Like it's on the nose, but it's not in your face.
yeah. I
like
noticed it
stuff
there.
like
I think
that.
that's what it is.
You can get it. There was one place that you could get it as a T-shirt.
All right.
With the badge on it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, no, because nobody'd have a clue what it is.
What it is, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love stuff like that because anyone who actually did, like it's subtle, and like if someone understands what that is,
Yeah,
like, you're best friends with them now.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that actually. So like I train and teach jiu-jitsu and whatever, and we had this big camp back in August where we all went out with tents and we had like a campfire and a mobile sauna and all this stuff, right? And I had a beanie I was wearing that I had subscribed to something called Gas Digital Network, and it's like all these different podcasts, and they sent you like a free beanie or something when you sign up for a year. And I was just wearing this because it was freezing cold down there. We were near the beach. And I can see like a lad sitting at the other side of the campfire and he's just looking at me. And I'm like, who the fuck is he? I don't know him. And he just keeps looking at me and looking at me. And then he moves
Could've knocked him
closer.
out.
Yeah, I was like, what's this fellow up to? I was like, this is a bit
Yeah,
weird.
this
And he
is
comes
fucking
over and
creep
goes,
steal.
is that a Gas Digital hat? And I was like, yeah, it is. Why? And he was like, man, I didn't think anyone else in the world knew who they were. I was like, yeah. And it was one of them things like we just talked for like 2 hours
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
great. I've had bad experiences with that, with the random things I like. I'll see someone with something that is that, and I'll approach them. They're just like, oh, no, I don't know. I just got this shirt. Like, I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. I'm like, oh, no, I'm an asshole.
No, I
Slink
find that over
away.
here. I find that over here with the American football jerseys.
Oh, yeah?
People will say it to me when I'm wearing my one. Like,
Mm.
What jersey you got?
I got a Broncos jersey.
Broncos?
Yeah.
Like a Elway jersey or something?
Nah, Von Miller.
I do like Von Miller. I mean, he's not there anymore.
I don't want to talk about it. It's still a touchy subject. Yeah.
I did enjoy watching. I went to like one of the games in like what's that stadium, Chelsea or whatever. They had like the yearly thing.
Oh, in Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, my Instagram is actually a picture from that game. Me and another guy decided to just be really obnoxious, and we wore American flags as capes. And it's me taking a piss at a urinal with a guy in like a Russian jacket right next to me, like an Olympic Russian jacket. I just think that's a great. That makes me laugh for the rest of my life.
I didn't know that there. I was just reading something about this, and apparently Neil Marshall was saying when they went to bring out the Blu-ray for this, they had like loads of hardship. They went to LA, they went to all different labs and different distribution crowds all over the world that distributed the film. Couldn't find the original prints at all. And then eventually, like someone came out with 2 prints, and he was just talking about it. He was saying like, unless like you're based out of LA and it's like a huge studio or whatever, like a lot
I
of
always find that fascinating when like the original print just gets lost somehow.
Like you think that'd be something that you would say like we have to keep that regardless of whether the movie does.
Yeah, like that's your holy grail. That's your Bible. Like you, like
I figured it'd be something along the lines of Indiana Jones kind of way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so strange. Like people put everything they have into something, and then it's just someone misplaces it. Like
disappears.
Like is that just sitting in some nerd's basement who bought it at a garage sale? Like I don't know. Like where did it go?
I'd say there's a fair few movies that have got lost like that and just found in random places.
Yeah, they always seem to see the light of day at some point. Like there's like the famous Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie that just was never released, but it's out there. Like you can watch it.
Somebody
things come out. Yeah, exactly. Like it always happens.
No, I know Neil Marshall had a plan to make 3 of these movies.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah, and
I couldn't nail down the script for the second one.
Yeah, because I know a while back there, I don't know if it was him or not, but I think he was interviewed and like they were asking him about it. They were trying to like revive it again.
Yeah, he won't do it.
Yeah, he was just like, nah, that's finished with now.
Yeah, that wasn't that. That was probably the back end of last year, was it?
Yeah, it was recent enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading that, and then that's when I found out that they'd planned to do the 3 of them. So a prequel to this one, and then one after this one. And
see, I don't know whether that's a good thing we didn't get it, or
I'm kind of glad we didn't get it.
Yeah.
I do always respect a filmmaker who's like, no, I'm done with this. This was good. I don't need to do the cash grab or whatever.
Yeah, and just use
like I don't have a good idea. Like it probably make money, but there's no reason to do like
there are a few
4,
or 5, or now the new one that's coming out next year.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh man, that 4th one's still so bad.
That's the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is it?
Yeah, I watched it recently, and man,
I was okay up until a certain point.
Yes, I agree.
And then once the aliens came into it, I was like, "What the fuck?"
It was the aliens. That was one of the first movies. I was young enough. Like when you're younger, it's just like everything's good. And that was one of the first movies I walked out. I was like, I think I hated this. I think this was bad.
Walking out of the cinema, going, "I want my money back."
Yeah, I went to see it with my dad, and both of us just like. It was like something traumatic just happened to us. Like it was a quiet car ride home. Like no one knew what to say. It's just like
I remember one of the first movies I remember doing that with was Daredevil.
I just recently rewatched that.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's not good.
No.
I do love Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin though.
Yeah, he's a good actor though. He was a great actor.
He's perfect for a Kingpin. Yeah, it wasn't a great movie. It
You could
wasn't as
pick
bad as I remembered. Although I did watch like the director's cut, which I'd always heard was better, and I couldn't remember the regular version.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take out the whole like dancing on like seesaw scene, which is just nonsense.
Yeah.
If you take out a couple little things, it's not a bad. I enjoyed it to an extent.
Them shots there a second ago where it was like swooping through the trees reminds me of Evil Dead.
The
oh
black and
yeah,
white.
that's a Raimi move. The like snake camera move.
That's another great flick. I'm actually looking forward to the new one of them now to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
They're doing another one.
Yeah, so remember they brought out the one there in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second part of that trilogy that's coming out.
See, we recently did a stream for the original because I've never seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them?
No, I always wanted to see like Army of Darkness and all that, but I hadn't seen anything before it.
Army of Darkness is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so we did that, and I mean, I enjoyed it. I love Bruce Campbell. I love Sam Raimi. So
yeah, well, like one is so good. 2 is pretty much 1, just slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what you were saying. We'll just move on to Army of Darkness.
3 is just batshit crazy.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want just insanity.
That's Bruce Campbell at his finest, though.
Yeah, and I love him. So
yeah, and see, he's officially retired now as Ash.
Really?
Yeah, he came out and said that he was done. He can't do it anymore.
I respect that.
That's all I was reading in an interview with him. And he was excited for the new Scream. Fuck yeah.
There's a new Scream?
Yep.
Yeah, Scream 5's coming out now. I
recently rewatched the original. Man, it's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, how good is Matthew Lillard in that movie?
It feels dated because so many movies after borrowed or stole from it. So it's like, oh, I've seen this a million times, but this is the reason why I've seen it a million times. So if you remember that, it's like, oh yeah, this is really fucking good.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard in that movie is fucking phenomenal.
He's so good.
You think they're going to bring him back? I see
fucking dying, man.
Bringing Stu back to this one somehow.
Technically, you don't actually ever see him dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a thing. I don't think I'd like it. I wouldn't mind seeing him in it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was a flashback or something, but
yeah,
I don't think he needs to be in it. I don't think for the way his career has gone now, I don't think it's the right option for him to go back to this franchise now. Like he's kind of went on to be a comedy actor. That's not to say you can't do it still, but
I don't know how I feel either about there seems to be a lot of rumblings about them killing off Sydney and kind of setting it up at the end for like a new.
I mean, that's always the thing, like a reboot.
I generally hope
a soft
she goes.
reboot with a younger cast, so then we can milk this for another 5 movies.
Yeah,
$1 billion.
I generally hope she does kind of go.
So long as they don't do something retarded and like make her to like kill her or something, like she snaps and she tries to kill off.
I mean, at that point, you got a bunch of trauma. Like maybe your brain would snap.
I mean, you can just see that happening, though, can't you?
Yeah. To be honest,
especially like I would understand.
Lazy, though.
Like if Wes Craven was still alive, you definitely wouldn't see it happening.
No,
but like they could do anything now. I mean,
I'm like really excited for it, but at the same time, I'm like kind of nervous because I'm expecting some like tacky, like something shite.
Well, to be fair, it's been the end of January, I think.
Oh, nice.
To be fair, it's been 3 years or so in the making, plus another year being pushed back. Do you know that kind of way? Don't really care for Scream.
Jeez, that's the complete opposite to me then. Love 90 slashers.
How can you not like 90? How can you call yourself a horror nerd and not like 90 slashers?
Ready or Not was enjoyable. Always been a big fan of Scream. See, there's a new metallic ghost face mask apparently in the new one.
Oh, they're going Jason X style, Eddie.
I didn't like the look of it. Now I was like,
I love Jason X. I mean, it's
Again,
terrible. It's complete schlock, but it knows it.
another
yeah,
one
that's
of
like
those.
Leprechaun
And I'm
4.
good with when you know what you're doing. It knows what it is.
Is this the bit where all his guts are hanging out?
Yeah,
That I remember when I was younger, that used to fucking freak me out. And they're like
yeah,
pushing him back in and stuff.
yeah. Why does the best thing the glue sticks together your fingers? You just glue them back together, like.
Yes, sick.
Yeah, once your intestines are out, you're kind of fucked.
I don't know. These lads are super gluing them back in,
Yeah.
and it's working.
I think that's why that always disturbs me, because it's just like there's no coming back from your intestines hanging out.
I mean, what like
even if you live, you're basically fucked for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there's some kind of infection getting in.
Yeah, like they're gonna have to remove them, and you're gonna like have to shit in a bag, or like some messed up thing is gonna happen to your life. So even if you survive, which you probably won't.
Yeah, no, it's a good old scene that like the for a low budget horror the cut and the guts look really well in that.
Yeah, you can do that really well.
What
My
you do?
favorite
I need a
intestine
couple of
scene
sausages.
my favorite intestine scene is in one of the Machete movies where he guts a guy and then grabs his intestines and like John McClane's out the window holding on to him.
I mean, there's some
It's so
ridiculous
upsetting and
kills in that.
ridiculous, but so good.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez was a king for them, though, wasn't he?
I love him,
Yeah.
and I love
Only-
that Danny Trejo was in the children's movie Spy Kids, and he's essentially the Machete character.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah.
a shared universe. It's
Yeah.
just so fucking wrong, but awesome.
I only recently went back and watched Desperados.
We recently did that. Man, it's still so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I
Him and the
forgot.
knives just
Yeah.
he kills Steve Buscemi, whose character's name in the movie is just Buscemi. They didn't give him a name.
Like this, I don't know. It's just a good director.
I enjoy the things that he does.
Yeah, like there's never really anything bad that he does, is there? They're not great.
Yeah, I mean, he has his style and he does his thing, like for better or worse. And I always appreciate when you get to see a creative person's full vision without any tampering and like.
It's the same. It's the same with Tarantino.
Yeah,
they have their way of doing it, and that's just it.
Yeah, I always want to see a creative person without anyone giving like no studio notes, because the studio people are not talented. They're hacks. They're nothing. If they were, they'd be making movies. They don't know shit. Just let the creative people do their thing. Sometimes you'll miss, but I mean, sometimes you'll knock it out of the fucking park.
What do you mean? Like, imagine they had have stopped the likes of Tarantino making Pulp Fiction or something the way he wanted to do it.
That's what I mean. There's clearly no notes in that movie.
Just wingy. But like even the likes of, even take Neil Marshall here. Like if they had tried to call how he was doing this, there's no way we got The Descent. No way we get Doomsday.
Which is strange as well, because like the producers apparently of this, the reason this didn't get a theatrical in the US and all is because they looked at the film apparently and went, this is trash. So they shopped it in the States, I think, and Sci-Fi came back and went, yeah, look, we'll take it. And they just took the first deal. They just took the first deal, I think, because they were like, this movie's awful, so we're just going to like sell it to whoever.
Yeah, because studio execs are hacks and they don't know shit.
Do the lads have live ammo at this point now? Or are they
pick it up when they get Ryan. He just can't fucking turn the safety off because he's a tick. Yeah, I always found that he's an army man and he's trying to shoot at them. And he takes the clip out twice. He sees there's bullets in it and still doesn't turn the safety off. And then you get this piece of magic. Like, I'm not sure that would actually probably happen to you. Oh, fuck me.
Jesus, it's a redwood through his chest.
He really impaled himself there, didn't he?
Yeah, like
Now,
how hard do you have to be running?
I do love that scene there, though. See where he's looking, and he looks up, and you can see the shadow in his eyes just before he gets swiped.
Well, I'm on like a shitty resolution here. Like,
Oh, well, basically when he looks up, see
this
when
thing
the
is
tree.
grainy as hell.
Well, the movie's like that anyway.
I mean, 480 is like generous. I don't even think it's that.
Do you know? They see where he was impaled on the tree. He looks over, and you can see the shadow of the werewolf in his eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, I love these details like that because that means the people who made it cared.
There's your intestines again.
Yeah, oh man, that used to freak me out.
Like, Ryan's is bad, but
And
Sarge's is much worse.
They're like touching him and all now in a second, I think, don't they? He tries to like scoop him back in.
Yeah. What happens? My intestines are out. I'm binned. I'll put them back in. No, it's bad, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, just the thought of that, like putting yourself in that situation and being like looking down and going, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
being like the thing that's been inside me my whole life is now like in my hands and out in the world.
And you're seeing the fact that there's a big werewolf has just tried to attack you and knock them out of you. The next thing you'd be doing is putting one of those chambers straight to your head.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm not getting eaten. Fuck that.
Yeah, thanks. All the same.
Yeah, I'm in a full sprint at this point, like away from everything.
I'd be climbing a tree is what I'd be doing. Literally climbing. They're big trees.
I didn't realize how much they cut between different shots here, and like the look of it changes.
Oh, from the black and white to the really dull dark.
Yeah, like the view of the monster to like what they're seeing.
It's like this is very smartly directed, and then it cuts out to see them just glance by.
Yeah, it gives a frenetic feel to it. Like,
I mean, this was his first film as well.
Yeah, it's severely good, and like looking at the army, the way the lads are like getting information and all.
Yeah, it's like believable that they have training and know what they're doing.
Now this bit is not believable. In the middle of nowhere, there just happens to be a car.
I don't know if it's true or not, but you were saying there earlier, Greg, about he was saying, you know, the plans for the trilogy and all. And I think I had read somewhere that there was talks of some of it revolving around Cooper, like fighting different supernatural creatures and all.
Oh, I would have absolutely watched that, but I would have hated it.
So like a Sasquatch or a mummy come out.
Yeah, like fighting something else maybe.
Yeah, because now he's one of the only people that believe in cryptids.
And the Loch Ness Monster.
I mean, it could have been good if it was done right.
Well,
Again, it's just a bit...
Like, if you had got Cooper into The Descent, that would have been good.
I mean, you could make it like there's this whole underground world that knows about all this stuff and is fighting against it, like a Blade fighting vampires. Like there's this whole scene of people that, like an Illuminati type group that knows what's going on and keeps everyone safe from it.
Is that not essentially what Underworld is?
Have I seen that?
I forgot about that bit. Actually, that's quite good. Where they stab through its arm
and hold it there.
Yeah, like I feel like that's probably something you would do in a panic rather than shoot your gun everywhere.
Yeah. Well, like they should be trained as well. But like I love that bit there where they're in the thing and he's like, "What happened? We were attacked by what? Big fucking howling things."
Yeah, because you wouldn't just be like, "Oh, that was a werewolf."
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think that. You'd be like, "Oh, this is a bear or something."
Well, they don't have bears over there, but you look.
Right, but your rational side of you is like, this was crazy, but
rationalize it.
Yeah, you don't immediately go to a supernatural thing.
Yeah. The no, it's so good. Like Spoon in this is so good.
You really don't have bears?
No,
Nope.
Bears are
our,
scary.
our most dangerous animal is probably a dog
Really?
or a deer.
A deer? Well, yeah, just because they'll run out in front of your car because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, well that too. Or a cow. Cows are pretty dangerous.
Cow is your most dangerous animal. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah, like
Bears are
actually,
scary, man.
well,
More people
fuck
die
shit
by
up.
cow than they do in plane accidents or anything involving planes every year. Funny enough.
yeah, it's well believable. A bull to fuck you up.
Oh, bull's a whole other story.
I nearly got absolutely destroyed by what is it, like one of those little rams or a fucking billy goat or whatever
Oh
it is?
yeah, they're dickheads.
Knocked me off my feet,
Yeah,
and like I
they're
couldn't get
assholes.
up. It just kept hitting me.
Yeah, they keep. Yeah,
It
they'll
wasn't
just
really
keep you
hurting
down.
me, but I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah,
So you got battered.
Yeah,
yeah, and they
This
got
thing
those
was just
horns,
like-
like those.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they're just a living battering ram.
They just keep going though, don't they? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so cows are no thing for me.
Yeah, no, but
Used to play
bears
fields
are
that had cows
terrifying.
in it, and they were fine. But bears, yeah.
Yeah. Like I'd watch a lot of nature documentaries, and I never really cared to watch anything on bears. And I watched one day, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they're terrifying.
Yeah,
there's
I've done
I
like
think-
trips to the boundary waters in Canada where you're not like allowed to live there. You can't have motors. You have like a canoe where you paddle, and you don't see a person for weeks on end. But there are bears, and
Yeah, I
they
love
will
the
find your
idea
food. Like you have to put your food up like in the trees at night because they'll come get it.
They
The whole
can have
fucking
it.
thing.
yeah, that's enough for me. I
Yeah,
think
but
Greg
if they
actually-
do, you don't have any food for the rest. Like you're out. You're just there.
yeah,
You're
out in the
in
middle
the
of
wilderness. Like there's
Yeah.
no
You
cell
are the
phones,
food.
there's no one's coming to get you. Like
Yeah, you are the food then.
exactly. But most of the time you can scare them away.
There's I think it was you, Greg, recommended.
Backcountry.
Yeah, oh man, that's so good.
So good, isn't it?
I
So
loved that. You should watch that.
What is that?
Gosh.
So it's
It's-
basically Blair Witch Project crossed with a bear attack.
Oh,
But it's a true story.
It's so
well,
good.
it's not, well, this isn't a true story. It's based on the true story about a couple that went on a canoe to some little weird island in the national forest, and she got attacked by a
probably
black bear.
basically what I was just talking about doing.
Yeah,
essentially.
probably, yeah. And she got attacked by a black bear, and they pretty much made a fictionalized movie out of it. But it is dark and gritty as fuck.
Oh man, yeah, bears are scary because there's not. If they decide they want to fuck you up, there's nothing you can really do about it.
They'll have already decided before you even see them.
See, they usually don't want to. Like you can usually scare them off, like hit them with some rocks, and they're just like, whatever, I'm not dealing. With it.
Unless it's a polar bear.
Well, yeah, but
Polar bears are dickheads.
The scene where that attacks them actually is fucking horrifying.
have
It's
you
grizzly,
seen?
isn't it?
Have you seen The Gray with like Liam Neeson?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wolf
That's
movie?
savage.
Wasn't it just called like Wolf Fight in other countries?
Oh, was it? I don't
I
know.
think so. I remember watching something like some Australians were doing it. That I don't. Maybe it was just a joke, but that's what they referred to it as. I mean, it's more accurate.
But yeah, no. If you get a chance, if you got Amazon Prime,
I do.
it's on that. It's called Backcountry.
Backcountry.
Very good.
Well, who knows? Like, because we have different things in different countries.
Well, no, it's an American movie. I only ever found out off the documentary that it was called that. Picture of it should be a picture of a black bear or a grizzly bear on the front of it.
Backcountry. Oops.
I've recommended that to so many people.
Man, I was so surprised, and I remember I think the first night I went to
That's
go watch
it is.
it, I
I'm
was like
priming.
wrecked, tired, And I watched like that, and I always love that about films as well, like the opening like setups where they're like traveling out to somewhere and they're like setting the whole thing up. And I think I fell asleep after like 15-20 minutes. As soon as I woke up the next day, I was like, I have to go put that back to the start and watch that whole thing with no distractions.
Yeah. Oh, it's rough, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I have to say now, and like normally I'm not like that
that's
surprised by things.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top one.
It says it's on Prime Video.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's an hour. It's an hour and a half of your life, but you'll enjoy it.
I live for 90-minute movies now.
Yeah.
I hate how everything's over 2 hours.
Yeah. Do you know what one I did watch actually? Do you remember when you did one of the first ones of these? You brought out the saltwater, the Battle of Rumley Island. Aaron.
You guys, I can't hear.
You lost us? Can you hear?
Aaron can't hear us. Can you hear me,
hear
Jeff?
him. I can hear you, yeah. And then I could hear him too.
Yeah, I can hear him as well. We can't hear us.
Guess it's our show now.
we own this now.
That's right. Make it our own.
So basically, we can just talk shit about him, and he won't even hear.
Yeah, this motherfucker over here with his Michael Myers masks and
thinks he's all that.
Los Angeles. Who does he think he is?
Are they Under Armour headphones too?
Are they?
Are they?
They kind of look like it, don't they?
Get Dwayne Johnson on the phone now.
Yeah.
That Brandy supporting her dirt.
Someone needs to hear about this.
Okay, he's gone completely.
Oh fuck.
Oh no, wait, I have his now. I can hear him.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you the whole time. We were waiting to see because we were just making fun of you.
Are you using Under Armour headphones?
No, they're HyperX. They're called.
Oh, look like the Under Armour sign.
Yeah, it did look like the.
I don't think they're new.
All right, yeah, okay, yeah. No, we were just...
bad, yes.
Oh, I puked right on his head.
Jesus Christ.
The best part about these live watches is I probably watch 35% of the movie, so I never know what's going on.
Basically, they've gone to a house now, and the werewolves have found them.
Because I cannot help myself from talking.
Yeah.
Nothing can get me to shut
these
up.
These watch-throughs wouldn't be as funny if everyone just sat there and watched the movie.
Right.
Yeah,
we've only had a moment of silence. What was it? Was it Hostel 2 where we were just both like, what?
Yeah, what's going on?
I think we both said what to one another for about 90 seconds straight. Just like,
yeah, because I remember it went really quiet, just sitting there. And I was like,
yeah.
Is Hostel 2 the one with the one where she gets in the bath with the claw? Or is that 3?
Did that happen?
No,
I
that's
remember
3.
enjoying it until like the last. I made the proclamation I liked it better than the first one with like 20 minutes left, and then it went completely off the rails. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Just jinxed us.
Yeah, what happened? You got all sorts of fucked up.
I can't even remember what happened. I just remember being upset by it.
Yeah, no, what I was saying there, Aaron, before your sound went. Do you remember when you done your first ones of these? You were giving people movies to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that Saltwater, the Battle of Rumley Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah,
awful.
I went on a kick there for a while of like looking up all that stuff that was supposed to be based on true stories and whatever. I think it might have actually been off the back of watching
Backcountry.
Backcountry.
Yeah, I went on a creature feature run after that. So I watched the likes of Jaws and Anaconda and things.
Yeah.
Anaconda.
I just knew Anaconda box set coming out.
Anaconda, that's John Voight, right?
Yeah. Ice Cube.
Right.
J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez, yeah.
Owen Wilson. Man, we had a serious
I love when
cast.
John Voight gets puked up.
Yeah, it actually looks severely good.
Yeah, it looks great.
At her.
Looks great.
Yeah.
I need to get myself more alcohol. I will return.
I will return. He's not coming back. This is where this starts getting good now.
I do kind of like as well, because I've always thought about this every time I watch this film. Like you were saying, they should be highly trained, like they're military or whatever. And I kind of like the way though everything just starts to fall apart because they're like, I don't fucking know what's going on.
It's like a ragball
Yeah,
fucking
they're
group.
just
Let's do it.
like doing whatever, and it's just like fucking hell. Everything goes out the window.
He just breaks the windows for no reason. He's clearly looking out the window, and he just says, "I'm gonna break them." Oh, you woke the dog up.
Poor dog was like, "Fuck's sake."
I was comfortable.
I genuinely think I'd rather, like you said earlier, I think I'd rather one of them shot me in the head than be sitting there.
I'd have done it myself.
Yeah, like than sitting there with like me guts hanging out. No, just
yeah. No, when I watched that saltwater there the other night, Jesus Christ,
tough.
it's like the scenes from the crocodiles that they show are scenes from nature documentaries that they've just cut into it.
I just don't understand why even bother to make a film?
Making it.
Yeah, like why bother at all? Like, just
I mean, that
leave it.
story could have been very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was awful.
I'm just putting it down on my phone here now. Anaconda. I haven't seen that in so long.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, such a good one, man.
Like, I rate that up until you see the snake in that. I rate that quite highly as a movie. Like, you could nearly put that up there as being a near perfect movie, and then you see the snake.
Yeah.
Like I always kind of liken that to Jaws in the way that it's filmed, and then you see the snake, and you're like, no.
Yikes.
I mean, now the snake was done better than it was in King Cobra, but
yeah, I don't.
Albeit King Cobra has that scene where he drop kicks it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I remember from that movie. Or was it the snake spitting acid on your man beside the car in the garage?
Such a bad film.
Which King Cobra?
Yeah.
That came off the back of Anaconda as well, and there was such big hype about it. And I remember waiting for it to come out in Extravision and Chartbusters and everything. I was like, come on. And then it was just awful. Awful.
This scene here, what are they going? Don't they knock him out or something? I can like vaguely remember this.
Yeah, so they're gonna glue his guts back in now. Yeah, this is why they're trying to just get it back in. Sarge is juiced.
Okay, you here?
Yeah.
I just don't think I'd be able to go through with that, man.
No, you might as well just shoot me. I'm done.
Just like if my guts are on the outside of my skin.
Yeah, that's a wrap for me.
So is my brain.
That's a wrap for me.
Just fucking shoot me in the head.
Yeah.
And I love how like he's like, yeah, let me put on the gloves and all, and she's getting gloves on as if they're going to do some sort of procedure, and it's like, yeah, just stuff it all back in.
You don't want to be getting an infection.
Yeah, it doesn't fit, but we'll make it fit. I'm not sure that's how it works. To be honest,
do that, like,
yeah. I love how he's like gluing all his hands, like pouring the glue on the gloves and all, like.
Yeah, to just like
stick it back in. Like there are some plot holes in this, but like majority of this movie is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I love this shot though. He's like, knock me out. He hits him once, doesn't knock him out, and he's like, hit me again.
I mean, I wouldn't consider it even a plot hole. Like, you'd still try to do whatever you could to save him, you know?
Yeah, well, that's probably a better way of doing it, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Like, it could be 1,000,000 to 1 and ridiculous, but you'd still try.
Yeah, Sean Pertwee's very good in this as the Sarge.
fucking pussy.
Some second shot he
great.
took. And then he checks on him.
That
He's
was
like,
great with he like looks like he's down and then just fires back up.
He done a Tyson Fury on it.
Yeah, I love that. I saw him fight once live.
Did you?
Yeah, he was the main event in like the Barclays Center, and they fight started, and I looked at my phone for 5 seconds. I looked up, and it was over. This whole fucking thing.
I mean, you think that's bad? I had a party in my house for when Conor McGregor fought Jose Aldo. And,
Yeah, you do the pay-per-view. It's like $80, and it's over.
I know it's only 15 quid for us.
What?
Yeah, you just get fucked in the ass over there.
Yeah. Pay-per-views are ridiculous over here. Like you have to have a party to watch a pay-per-view.
And it was like
you gotta charge everyone like $5 at the door.
It was like, ridiculous. Yeah, no, we're gonna do that, and it was over in 13 seconds.
I mean, everyone loves a knockout, but
just give
not
me a
that fast. Like a little more.
Yeah, you do. You'd love an fifth round knockout, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's perfect. It's like I got my fill, I got my money's worth. Like,
yeah.
Now let's see the violence.
I loved it. This just. I love the terminology in this where he's trying to explain to you one. She's like, what is bound? Bound, naff, not very good.
There's something I didn't know. Apparently, the producers, when they went to go shop it, they tried everything they could to change the title from Dog Soldiers to Night of the Werewolves.
Oh, Jesus.
That's just way too on the nose.
Yeah. I just feel like that lessens the appeal as well.
Yeah.
I remember
that's untalented people giving suggestions.
I remember then. Do you remember the one that came out not long after this called Werewolves?
Vaguely.
Werewolves?
Werewolves, yeah. Like WARWOLVES. It's basically about an army group that go to Iraq and come back, and one of them turns into a werewolf.
There's a lot of werewolves mythology in the Middle East.
Oh, it's so bad.
Wolves love the desert.
Yeah, so do camel spiders. Apparently, they carry people away.
Those are terrifying.
Not that bad.
I'm the only thing I'm afraid of are spiders. Like snakes, no problem. Rats, no problem. Mice, no problem. Spiders.
You live in New York. If you're afraid of rats or mice, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I'm so good at catching mice now. I've had mice so many different times. I'm
I don't know if that's expert. A good thing or a bad thing.
I'm so good at it.
You have mice.
It's all glue traps. That's the only thing that works.
But
it's also horrible because the glue trap doesn't kill them, but you can't take them off because when they get stuck to it, they struggle so much they break their back. So they're dead, but they're not dead yet.
Nice.
It's the first time I caught one, I was like, oh, I'm going to put it out of its misery, Went to hit it over the head with a golf club. Did not kill it. And that was really fucking upsetting. And I just put it in a hefty bag and threw it out. I was like, oh, I feel horrible. Like this is
nice, humane, subtle way.
Well, it was like you can't do anything for them. Like you can't peel them off and like go like here you go. There's the door. Like they're already dead. But
what did you do? Hit it with a 9-iron?
I tried to. I think it was an 8-iron, but I took a whack at it and then it just made this noise that just cut to my soul. And I was like, oh, it's 7 a.m. I can't deal with this.
Oh,
yeah. So now I just put them in a hefty and
we had a mouse when I was in college and I had my snake. I wanted to let it out in the house to see if he can catch you.
Oh, that's another thing. You think it sounds really cool to be like, oh, let's go watch this snake eat a mouse. It's not fun. It's not cool at all. You think it's going to be like, oh, I'm just going to eat it. No, they just like choke the life out of it. And, like,
well, we're not over here. Over here, you're not allowed to feed live animals.
Oh, really?
No.
'Cause I had a friend who had a snake, and it's like, let's go watch it, eat it. That'll be cool. It's like, oh no, this is awful.
Yeah, it take anywhere from 20 minutes.
Sick.
Yeah, it's slow and it's just horrible.
Like obviously now, like people know, like when it wraps around you, every time you breathe out, it gets tighter.
Yeah.
So like if that mouse is breathing loud,
yeah, you're just slowly watching the life drain out of a creature. It's like that's not fun. I don't want to see
this is pretty sick.
Yeah, this is messed up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an infestation of mice in one of the last places I lived. They like built a nest in my closet. I caught like 9 over a weekend. Once I found out that glue traps were the only way to do it.
You can buy those electric ones on Amazon now. You can.
See, I tried every way around it because I didn't want to kill them.
They have to die.
But that was it was my only option. Nothing else would get them. So
those electric ones are very good. They walk into it and it just shocks them, and that's it. Instant.
Yeah, I tried so many different ones where they walk in, whatever, they never fucking go in.
Put peanut butter in it.
I tried. I did. I tried everything. So I just had to paper my entire house in glue traps. Just put them everywhere.
Happened? Josh is walking to the bathroom at 3 a.m, steps on it.
Well, I was worried about her. She was, God bless her, she would never get stuck to him. She got it. She was like,
was she not freaking out, trying to kill him?
Yeah. Well, when she sees him, the proudest moment of my life was I was moving out of my apartment in San Francisco. I had all my boxes and filled up, and I was about to go to the airport. And she was freaking out over by the trash can. And I just nothing's going on here. Chill the fuck out. As mid-sentence, I pull up the trash can. A mouse runs between my legs. She knocked me over. I actually ended up breaking a rib. But she chased this mouse around, cornered it behind my desk, and I pushed my desk up against the wall as it, the leg pinned it and injured it enough so she could catch it. And she grabbed it and, shook it.
Did she eat it?
No. Well, that was the thing. My dog's she's too sweet for this world. She shook it and then was looking at it we're playing. Get up. Let's keep going. But no, it's you just killed that. I just got a dustpan really quick and took it out. I'm it's fine. He's fine. You didn't.
This scene is done very well here. I don't know whether you can notice it in your version, Josh, but you can see here the wolf banging on the door, and then there's the wolf behind him in the window trying to get in the other side.
Oh, I couldn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I didn't know there was more than one.
What I like about this as well is if you really break it down, the setup is quite simple and everything that's happening isn't overly elaborate, but it seems like it is.
Yeah, because it's well put together and this is a well-made movie. Simple is often best. Don't have too much going on.
Here's the easy part. Hot water and everything.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I love him. He just starts battering him with the pot.
Yeah. I mean, that's a deadly weapon in itself. I don't want to get hit by a pot.
Especially one that just came off the oven.
Yeah. I mean, boiling water is a great tool in this situation. It takes some foresight. You can't just key that up right away. That takes some planning.
It's so good.
Yeah, this is a good set piece where we're holed up in a house and
this is Nazi zombies all over again.
Yeah, and it's perfect for we don't show too much of the creature because we just have to show him an arm through the door banging on a window or whatever.
Yeah, less is more here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's usually the rule, except for when you get to James Cameron's Aliens, which somehow more was better.
Aliens, yeah.
But that's the exception.
Yeah, but it's not very often a second movie could be better than the first.
I think the first one might be technically a better movie, but I like the second one more.
The
second one might be it's like a top 5 favorite movie of mine of all time. I love that movie.
I kind of flip flop between them.
I mean, they're totally different movies.
Yeah, like one is a horror movie.
Yeah, one's like a haunted house horror movie, and the other's a straight up action movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like Terminator and Terminator 2, isn't it? Terminator 1 is
a little bit
kind of way.
Yeah,
and Terminator 2 isn't.
Cameron, it's a through line.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what he does with Avatar 2. Said nobody.
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean,
said nobody.
How fucking long between sequel? Like they're filming like 5 at a time. Like what are we doing?
This is the first time you really see the werewolf here.
They're actually really well done as well.
Yeah. Like I won't. I'll bring up the point later on. Yeah, no, the design of them is very well done. It's kind of Wolfman-esque in terms of being on 2 legs.
Yeah.
I like the oversized head.
Yeah, it
like it's a little too big for the body, but I like it.
What was the other one? I heard someone else do it when we were talking about it. It's done kind of like the Dogman in terms of the cryptids from America. Yeah. It's a Dogman kind of way. The kind of the Alsatian head, rather than like you see certain ones and it's like, oh, it's just a wolf.
Yeah, it's very dog-like or wolf-like, but I like that.
Yeah.
It's like not trying to be too grotesque and scary.
It's just... What?
What's this shite here?
What'd that say? Buy what?
Buy followers or something. I think
we got some spam.
Yeah, this thing keeps happening to me on Twitch.
Yeah, that'll happen.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Suck a dick.
We get that. I get that all the time when I post anything now.
Yeah, them stupid accounts.
Yeah, half my followers are porn bots.
Yeah, or I get like direct messages on Instagram, and they're like, "Hey, we're looking for a collaborator. Do you want to like be a brand ambassador for a watch company and all this stuff?" And it's like, just message this account and do this and do that. And there was one time where I just, on purpose, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just message this back and see what their intentions are. With
it's fun to fuck with those scams.
And I'm like, yeah, look, I got told to contact about a brand ambassador thing, blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah, perfect, no, brilliant, blah blah blah, right? And it must have been an actual person answering me, and like this watch company or whatever it was, and had like 260 something thousand followers on Instagram and this and that.
Holy shit!
And they were talking through all this stuff, right? And then he's like, so what you need to do is you need to go onto our website and you need to buy 2 watches. And we give you a discount code, and then we'll give you like a link, and you can use that then to get other people to buy the watches. And for every watch that's bought, you get.
Joke.
And I was like, wait, so what? So to get started, then I have to buy 2 watches I don't want for like 100 quid.
No,
each.
thank you. You should be sending me a watch.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I do love when you find out it's an actual person and you can just fuck with them.
I love the James Cameron is a madman. He always has been. We just see it clearly now.
Oh yeah, he's a crazy person. He's great at what he does, but he seems to be a giant asshole.
I mean, he seems to just be a perfectionist.
Right. Like he's a creative with a vision, and he's not letting anyone stop him. If you look at his filmography, he has like no misses.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He does. I mean, he has Piranha 2, but that's about it.
Sanctum.
Like for the most, but no, like pound for pound, like percentage wise, I don't know of anyone else who's hit more than him.
Quentin Tarantino.
That's probably true, because even his lesser movies, are still
every movie is hit.
Yeah, that's a good point, but Cameron's, he's made some bangers, man.
Oh yeah, like arguably he's made the greatest sci-fi movie with Terminator 2.
Yeah, he's made some of the best sci-fi action movies. I mean, True Lies and Terminator 2 and Aliens.
True Lies. What a fucking movie. You
I
forget he done
love
that.
True Lies. It's so good.
Elijah Dusky on that is unreal.
Yeah. As
Even though
Dana.
she's only about 15. Bear in mind, I was about 15 the last time I watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
Jamie Lee Curtis as well.
Yep.
Isn't that the one where she does the lap dance?
She does the striptease, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
I think I love James Cameron because of his repeated use of Michael Biehn, who I love Michael Biehn.
Yeah, so he used him in Terminator.
He quietly was like the biggest action star of all time. Like he used some of the biggest fucking action movies.
What did he used him in Terminator? He used him in The Abyss.
Terminator, The Abyss, Aliens.
Aliens,
he was in
was he in Titanic?
No, he was in The Rock. He was
the main bad guy in The Rock, wasn't he? He was
in
like the right-hand man.
He was in Tombstone, I think.
He's a good actor.
He's fucking best. I loved him in The Rock.
I love this scene here where it finally dawns on them that she knows more, and so does Ryan.
Yeah, when I remember watching this, and like when that happened, I was actually kind of genuinely surprised. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, it just happens, and it's not even meant to happen. Well, like it's obviously meant to happen in the script, but
yeah,
like for them, it's just kind of like they're talking, and she said something, and you're like, "Hold on a minute." Yeah, no, and it's just like, yeah, they heard the stories and came looking.
The never produced sequel would have been about Cooper being locked up in a mental institution as part of a cover-up by the British government, only for Cooper to discover that a werewolf was already inside the asylum. The camper, the beginning of the original, had actually survived his encounter but had been turned into a werewolf, then turning numerous inmates, doctors, and nurses into werewolves, forcing Cooper and the surviving inmates and staff to fend off the new pack.
That could be interesting.
No, it could not. No, it could not.
I mean, anything can be if it's done properly.
I mean, that could work, right? But
it feels like such a departure from this stuff.
But
yeah,
there's a scene that'll happen.
That's what gives me hope for it, because it's not a rehash; it's an original idea.
There's a scene that'll happen in about half an hour's time that'll defunk that whole idea.
Half hour? Holy! How long is this movie?
An hour and 40.
I don't mean this as a negative, but I feel like we've been watching this for 3 hours.
Yeah. That's kind of a bold move, I suppose, as well, for your first feature to make the film an hour and 45 minutes long.
Yeah, not like an hour 20 or something.
Yeah, just to kind of have something, that's more, I guess, appealing or whatever when you're trying to sell it.
Especially back then, because things like growing up, every movie I remember was like 90 minutes, and all I ever wanted was for them to be longer. And now everything's over 2 hours, and I'm like, please be shorter.
Yeah, it's gone like full circle to come back around again.
Yeah.
Like going to see, remember when the new It came out? Mm-hmm. I seen the runtime of 2.5 hours. I was like, oh.
I don't watch so many movies because I'll look at it. It's like once it hits the 2 hour barrier, I'm like, I don't want to. I can't.
I'm out.
I'm like, I can't commit to that. I'll just go watch 3 hours of a TV show instead, back to back to back. But
like the Welcome to Raccoon City is an hour and 47 minutes. Like,
yeah, perfect.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, no, I normally, like, when something's around that's coming up on the 2 hour mark, I'm like, maybe I'll just not bother. But I actually was surprised I didn't find myself kind of fading in and out of the movie.
It's all go, is it?
Yeah, like I really enjoyed it because there's so much stuff from the games, and I just feel like I don't know why they got away from that as much as they did.
Yeah,
they never went into it.
Weird direction. Like they created a brand new character who was the main focus for no reason.
Yeah,
They put characters from the games, but not really. They just kind of show up and they didn't have any backstory. They were just kind of there. They didn't really do anything.
yeah, and like, look, I get like that. At the end of the day, it's an IP called Resident Evil, and you've got all these crazy characters and Wesker and all, but like, there was just some of the stuff in it, man, where I was like, I don't like. I think it's in Resident Evil Apocalypse, which I love. Like,
I actually kind of like that one.
Like, a nemesis looks ridiculous and all, but there's a scene I think where he comes across her in like a car park, and she does this like fucking Superman jump, and like lands on the bonnet of a car, and I was like, it's just so like.
Well,
that's the
they
one where they come
toggle
out of
back
the
and
gun
forth
store.
between her being like a superhero and then not.
Yeah,
for no apparent reason.
She
Like she'll
runs
like
down,
lose her
doesn't she?
powers, but then she has them again, and then she doesn't. It's like, well, what are we doing?
Doesn't she run down, or does she run down the side of a building at one point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably in every single movie.
And I think
I
at one
think
point
the
she
second
drives
one.
a motorbike.
Drives a motorbike through the window of the church at the start of the second one when you first see her.
Oh yeah, yeah. So many weird choices.
I love Spoon here.
Those...
He's out and he's like, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. He just legs it.
Every single one of those Resident Evil movies has a good idea here and there, but it's just the rest of it's just like whatever.
They just don't tie it all together or anything.
The director's a talented guy. Like, he did Event Horizon. Like, he can make a good movie.
Yeah.
And you see it once in a while throughout the movie. It's like, oh, this scene was really cool and worked, but you could tell he has talent there. But it seems like the rest of it, he's just like, who cares? Like, I need 2 scenes, and that's it. I believe his wife is the main character too.
Yeah.
Mila Jovovich?
Yeah. Plus, every single one made like hundreds of millions of dollars. So it was like, we don't really need.
But it was always gonna. It was always gonna do that though with all the gamers, wasn't it?
I mean, you'd think that, but a lot of video game movies don't do well.
House of the Dead.
Oh God, U-Bowl or whatever. What didn't he do those?
So
fucking.
I can't remember what year did that come out.
No idea.
That film, I need to check this out, right? So, because I remember being in the States, I think when that came out, and I was in Best Buy, and I remember I bought that film. I had no way to watch it when I came home.
Oh, because it was
a different format.
Yeah, but I watched it over there, and I remember watching it and being like, "Oh, that was brilliant!" On House of the Dead movie. And I never saw it again for like years and years and years. But I always I'd see the artwork or something. I'd be like, oh yeah, I think I really enjoyed that. That was really good, wasn't it? And then I watched it like a year or 2 ago, and I was like, wow, this is
just how your opinions change.
Oh man, I was like so blown away by how just bad and just everything about it was just weird. It is
U-Bowl. Oh God, he's the fucking worst. He did that Postal franchise.
Yeah, do you remember he went viral there a couple of years ago? He had a big rant.
He's a crazy person
on YouTube.
He thinks he's a talented director, but he's shit.
Who?
U-Bowl.
Oh, he's terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
He's a freak.
He's made some those Postal movies are like genuinely upsetting.
He got so much shit over that stuff.
Well, it's just a guy basically going on mass shootings, like just murdering innocent people over and over and over. It's fucking terrible.
Don't think I've seen those movies.
You don't need to.
He's done so many stupid things as well. Like, do you remember the time he done that where he put up some sort of a poll and he was like, if this gets 1 million signatures, I'll retire.
Yeah, and it did.
And didn't he do a boxing thing with some reporter who was like talking shit about him all the time?
He's a fucking crazy person. He thinks he's Paul Verhoeven, but he's not even close.
Yeah.
He's what you get when you order Paul Verhoeven off Wish.
Yeah, and He's basically like what Michael Bay is to Paul Verhoeven.
Did he at least get to ride Megan Fox?
Oh, Megan Fox. I love Megan Fox.
Don't watch her new movie.
What's her new movie?
Oh, don't know. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rampage is what I was thinking of, not Postal.
Rampage, that one where your man comes out and starts shooting everybody.
Yeah, it's just a mass shooting for
It was
30.
he
They
plays
made
it
like
off like
4
a
of them
game.
too. It's
Is it? Is that the one?
Rampage was a game.
No.
The Rock did a movie about Rampage.
No, but that first Rampage movie, wasn't that the one where he like starts seeing his own health bar and all?
Oh, I don't remember. I've only seen a couple of them.
Till Death or something.
Postal was a game too.
Yeah, do you know what's really weird? Actually, I'm just looking at his filmography here.
I was too.
Like the amount of video games and stuff that he adapted and absolutely brutalized.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Same
done
as your
Alone
man
in the
Anderson,
Dark.
isn't he?
I mean, he's a
Have you
fucking
seen
hack.
that? Alone in the Dark, and he done a part 2 as well. They were fucking terrible. They were so bad.
Your man Anderson done it, isn't it? He done a few of them as well. H.R.R. Anderson or something. Whatever his name is. He butchered every fucking game that he done.
I forgot that actually. Yeah, he made a Far Cry film.
Oh yeah, I just saw Far Cry out.
So bad.
Blood Rain? What the fuck?
Blood Rain was weird. That's the ginger girl.
Oh, he did a movie called Auschwitz. Oh my god.
How much trouble do you want to get in?
Imagine.
How much trouble do you want to get in? Loads. Let's make
Yeah.
a movie called Auschwitz.
God, he's the fucking worst. Ugh.
I
Blubberella.
don't even
Oh,
know.
that one's something. I wish I didn't know about that, but I do.
He's still making films.
Yeah, because he makes
he
these
retired?
movies for like pennies.
Well, lads, I have a movie for you. Have you seen it? It's called Rubber.
Rubber.
Is this the one about the tire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Go Google it. I can't even
I'm
tell you.
looking it up right now.
Be careful what you Google when you type in rubber.
I'm on
Google.
IMDb, so I can only get in so much trouble.
2010.
It is a 2010
Homicidal car tire, discovering it has destructive psionic power, sets its sights on a desert town once a mysterious woman becomes its obsession. Huh.
The movie's about a killer tire.
Huh.
You'd wonder how that stuff gets made, wouldn't you?
It's like, what if Christine, but just the front right tire?
It was actually the back left.
Oh, sorry. They got rotated. I didn't account for that.
This is an insane German.
Wow.
The
Germans, man. They have different sensibilities over there.
Well, we better watch what we say.
Oh, fuck the Germans. I don't care. They're too far away from me.
Not so much from us.
Yeah.
Direct that ire towards me. I'm like a third German. It's fine. I'm also a third Irish.
So what's that make you? What's the other third?
The other is Danish.
You're not even American.
No. I like
That's
to say
that's probably a good thing.
I'm a stubbornly efficient drunk.
I am far from efficient when I'm drunk.
Yeah, the efficient is the German part.
Far from efficient.
I can be. When needed.
Oh God.
Oh God, I'm reading more about this. This fella is like,
he's the worst, right?
I forgot he done that Seed movie in 2007.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah. He got a $10 million budget to make that.
probably spent about $5,000 on it and kept the rest.
It made a sequel too.
Yeah, and because I remember as well, and this surely has to be like I don't know, like some sort of a business strategy or something. Like he put
He's
all
like a
that.
modern day Roger Corman. Like
He got like because I vaguely remember that he got all that footage of like animal abuse and all and torture.
yeah, he makes movies for like nothing that are straight to like video, not in theaters.
I don't know. I just don't understand how he even has a career.
Unfortunately, there is a market for that.
In September 2010, a trailer for his film titled Auschwitz about a concentration camp was posted on YouTube. In the trailer, he appears as an SS gas chamber guard. He explains that it contains explicit scenes of the brutalization and killing of concentration camp inmates. He has been quoted as saying that films such as Schindler's List no longer had the ability to reach young people, and it was his duty as a German to make the film as a way of confronting the past.
Oof.
All right, pal. Good luck with that.
I mean, anyone that's not Jewish, I feel like probably shouldn't be making a Holocaust movie, and the people who really shouldn't are Germans.
Like, yeah, and I think
really shouldn't.
He was like, "This is a really good idea."
Yeah, he thinks he's something that he's not. Like he believes he's talented. He's got a lot of Roland Emmerich in him.
He opened a really, I think, a really famous restaurant in Canada a couple of years ago.
Who did?
He did. He opened his own restaurant or something somewhere in Canada, like a German.
The best way to describe him is when I think of U-Bowl, I think to touch him would feel slimy.
To touch you would be sticky.
Yeah, like it'd be like, ew. Like it'd be upsetting to just brush up against him.
Be like we like that episode of Scrubs. Remember when JD is like the loneliest guy in the hospital?
I love Scrubs. John C. McGinley is the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, he's so good at it, isn't
he? Have you guys seen the Belko Experiment?
Yep.
Yeah.
I weirdly love that movie, and he's great in it.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that. I wish they'd they set it up for more, but because I was a James Gunn, I don't know if he directed it, but he was like a producer or something on it. I enjoyed that.
Let me see if I can get this up here.
And that is the last update. We have only 4 days to do with the Rampage campaign. And that was my third campaign now after Postal 2 failed, after Indiegogo for Rampage 3 failed, and now Kickstarter failed too. And basically my message is fuck yourself. Because that is so fucking absurd. What retarded amateur idiots collecting money on that absurd websites, We get approached by people like Kickstarter. Do it. And you have hundreds, thousands of people contacting you to make a fast dime to say, I can push your campaign and I get 10% of whatever you collect. And this is all fucking bullshit. And I will never do it in my life again. For me, crowdfunding is absolutely dead. Goodbye. And it looks like nobody gives a shit about Rampage 3, so maybe I shouldn't do it then. I have enough money to play golf till I'm dead. And I was willing to do all of this as the campaigns to make any money. I want to do Rampage 3 because it is an important movie. But it looks like you're easier giving $600,000 if you make a movie about some retarded wizard in the forest. Or for another, whatever, Marvel Avengers bullshit dirt. So goodbye and goodbye Hollywood.
Those are the ramblings of a madman.
All right, pal. Get off the sauce.
The man is just not like...
everything he said was just like repeatedly contradicting himself. It just, wow.
But yeah, you can definitely tell he has an air of what you said about
yeah, he's a megalomaniac.
he thinks like the importance of his obviously
Yeah.
no one cares about Rampage 3. It's an important movie.
No, it's not important.
You tried to get it crowdfunded 3 times and didn't hit the mark, so it can't be that important.
The first one was terrible as it was.
I think I saw I think he did make the third one, and that's the one I think I saw, and it seemed like it was filmed on like a Sony Handycam in like the woods with about 4 people.
Yeah, because
like,
I think
it maybe cost
$84
to make.
Yeah,
it was the cheapest, worst thing I've ever seen.
Them Blood Rain movies as well. They're
rough.
Yeah.
God. Ugh. You disgust me as a human.
But they're not even like what I always find weird about anything he's been involved with is like they're not even like something like Sharknado or whatever that's like self-aware.
Right.
And, like, watch it
yeah,
because
that's
because of that. Like he seems to be treating it like
Schlock knows what it is, and that's what makes it fun. His is just fucking awful. Ugh. Yeah, I get Roland Emmerich vibes from him. Roland has a new movie coming out, actually. What was that called?
I actually feel kind of bad now because I've watched very little of this movie properly.
We might as well just
I never
chat,
do.
really.
I never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find a tangent to go off on, and I watch hardly none of it.
See, I don't know, but I feel like having something on in the background brings up conversation.
Yeah,
because I feel like if we sat here, if we had not, because I was thinking about this, I was like, maybe we should just do this and just have different people on, just have chats. But it's like, part of me feels like then a conversation mightn't start, and you're just sitting there going, so.
Sometimes it's a bit more.
It does help.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk forever for no reason. Like, that's not a problem for me. I don't need that, but it does help direct the conversation in certain ways.
Yeah, like it brings up the most random of topics.
Yeah, like a tangent on this, but
like
it made me think of this other thing that we're going to talk about for 20 minutes. Ready? Oh, Jesus.
You
almost lit that guy's head on fire.
I love he just comes out with a Molotov.
Like he had that way too close to the guy's head.
Yeah.
Good thing he didn't have hair.
That's grand. You don't need hair.
Yeah,
Hair's
he wouldn't
overrated.
have after that if he did beforehand.
Hair is overrated.
Disagree. My hair's awesome.
My beard is awesome.
Yeah, my beard sucks. I just know I'm probably gonna go bald. Like it's in my family. There's no reason I should have hair now.
I've been going bald since I was about 12. So.
My hair's still thick and lustrous.
I'm not too far behind you, to be honest. I'd say within the next 6 months, I'll have to go for the bald.
I know I'm on borrowed time, so
I had hair before I had kids, so
that'll do it to you.
I am getting a little gray, but
I'm gray. I'm gray and going bald. So
I got gray. Like I got a little like mini Polly Walnuts going on, or Reed Richards.
Oh, nice one. Is that actually a true story? Swedish Arnold is talking about someone who owned MGM between 1990 and 92. Said he fired the entire account staff of MGM and hired a 21-year-old relative that worked as a waitress.
Who did this?
Some dude apparently.
Peretti that owned MGM.
No, I haven't heard of that. I mean, MGM's a mess.
Yeah. Has some good movies under its title. It has James Bond under its title, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, they own it, but they don't. It's like the Broccoli family, who are a bunch of weirdos who like really control it all.
That dude is still alive. He's 80, right? And if you go onto his Wikipedia, it has born in Italy in 1941, nationality Italian, occupation former owner of Metro Goldwyn Mayer, known for fraud.
Fantastic.
And now you get your biggest kick torn in this movie.
Is that a period joke?
Yeah, the cheese. I love how Coop just looks out from behind the wall. He's like, "Oh no!"
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
I love how they never really go for the transformation here. Just because if you make a balls of the transformation, you made a balls of the movie.
The movie's fucked, yeah.
Yeah. So
How do you become a werewolf? Is it like you get bit, like a vampire thing?
You get bit, scraped. You're born into it.
So kind of vampire rules.
Yeah.
Is that a werewolf's motive to turn people, or is it to just rip them apart?
I'm not sure.
I always
think they
thought of
kill
it as
for
like they
food.
were hungry and they just wanted to eat.
Yeah, well, that's why I always put it was they killed for food.
Yeah, because when they turn, they become like an animal that just thinks about food.
Yeah, the oversized head thing. I forgot how like odd that makes him look.
I
but
like
not in,
it.
like,
It's weird, but
not in a bad way. It's
Yeah,
like,
it works.
Bobblehead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange looking, man.
It's one of those things that feels like it shouldn't work, but it just does, and I don't know why.
That shot there a second ago reminds me of that creep horror film with the peach fuzz mask.
Oh, the 2004 one, is it? Oh,
No,
no, the other one, the American one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made a second one of them as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I say it's not bad.
I haven't seen it. I've seen the first one. I love the scrap here between Spoon and the werewolf is hilarious.
Oh, was that a tooth that went into the wall?
Yeah, throwing punches and kicks his tooth out.
I like that.
Yeah, the Creep movies the first one was okay. I just never got around to the second one.
Yeah, it's worth a watch.
I'll get to it eventually.
What was he supposed to be doing with that candle? What was that?
Yeah.
He's using it as a flamethrower.
Ah, okay, right.
Yeah.
I love that there with the way he's stabbing the shit out of him. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The werewolf was just like, yeah.
It's like a lion's head, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
essentially.
Yeah. The dialogue as well is the best in this film.
That's how I used to kill bugs in college. I'd take the aerosol. A real quick one, it'd burn up their wings.
Swedish Horror Nerd is focusing big on this MGM story.
Yeah. That dude's the best. He can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
I did have a quick look up at that story he's talking about, though. And apparently, when that guy was running MGM, they basically didn't release hardly any films. And
they were big for a while, and they just kind of went away.
He used company money for presents for his 7 girlfriends, including a former runner-up for Miss Universe.
I mean, I can give him his props for that.
I mean, the only thing I really know MGM for is their sports book in Vegas. It's pretty good.
You feel sorry for Spoon there, don't you? He's defiant right till the end, isn't he?
Oh, Jesus. I forgot
Oh,
about that
man.
actually.
Which
That's rough.
That when it's showing them like ripping up everything
That
and
dog
all.
is way too calm.
a dog fears nothing.
Yeah, he was just like, whatever, bro.
Well, that's his family.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you gotta hurt me.
You're not gonna eat me.
Yeah, we're cool. I get it.
Do you think it was a good idea to do what they done and try and haul themselves up in the house, or should they just had a plan to fucking?
No, they were never gonna get anywhere. They were 15 miles inland. We weren't gonna outrun them.
Yeah, that's a tough choice because it's like,
I mean, like they got
you Alamo it or do you?
they got
I suppose-
they got shenanigans anyway.
Yeah, and you can't even like I was gonna say like even if you can't even leave like Sarge or anything as like food because they'll just tear him to shreds and then just follow you.
Yeah, you weren't getting away. Like the best bet was hopefully last till 6 o'clock. Told you what they should have done though. They should have just climbed them big trees.
You don't think they could have
Yeah.
climbed up?
I don't know any dog that can climb a tree.
Sure, dogs can't look up, can they?
Big Al says dogs can't look up.
I say that all the time, and I get the weirdest looks.
Your dog is actually just staring you down. It was.
The dog looked up as I said that.
Yeah, I say it to my dog all the time. That she's like, "What? Doing it right now, man."
Dog, look up.
Right, D? Can you look up? You can. Yeah. What's up, dude?
Big Al says you can't look up. You can't look up.
Dogs can't look up.
What's the other one? The Winchester has the rifle over the bar. It's a real gun. Big Al said so.
God, that movie rules.
Yeah.
That and Hot Fuzz.
Even The World's End, the Cornetto trilogy.
I never
brilliant.
ended up seeing that.
It's good.
I remember I rented it and then I didn't watch it and it lapsed. And then I had a thing. I'm like, I already paid for it. I can't. Something in me wouldn't let me pay for it again.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't about the money. It was just, I have a thing like that. Big Al makes chicken now. I need an explanation on that.
On which?
He said Big Al makes chicken now. I would like to know more.
Google Big Al makes chicken.
Yeah. Do you like own a Nando's or something? Like what? Does he breed them?
He is the chicken. I am the chicken king
Does
now.
he work at a Tyson factory? Like what is this? I need to know.
You're holding out on us now. Come on, out with it.
Yeah, you can't just drop that and not explain it.
How is he still going?
Because he's turning. His insides have healed.
Irish company. That explains nothing. Give me more.
Big Al's burgers and Big Al's fucking.
Yeah, Big Al is a brand.
you know.
I wasn't sure if that's what it was, and I was like, "Is that something? Is that something else, or is it?"
Big Al always made chicken. But I thought he meant Big Al from Big Al.
Yeah, I think that was the joke.
It's a bad joke.
No, it's fine, but I don't know what that is.
It's a brand basically.
Now that I understand that's a thing, that's solid. Oh, he turned fast. nice.
Talk about fucking shit up.
Yeah, good on him.
I mean, the man's guts were outside his body at one stage. The rest of his body might as well be outside it now.
He was starting to turn though, right? Like that was
Yeah.
the whole eye thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have just been like, yeah, I'll turn.
Fuck it.
Fine. Like, let's see what this is about.
Well, half his body was outside. He might as well have put the rest of it outside.
Yeah,
turned
if you
into
turn
something.
though, you'd probably be fine, right? Like,
Oh yeah, he'd just turn into a beta for the pack.
yeah, that's fine. Beats being dead.
You don't know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, being dead's just nothing.
So there's
But-
the point there that I was saying. The other way you're saying that they wanted to bring in the mental asylum.
Mm-hmm.
That first body you see is the guy from the start.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because sure, even if you say like, oh well, he somehow managed to like turn again, why would he be in a mental asylum though if he was already a werewolf?
Yeah. Every
Oh,
time.
the teeth. Oh, nails on a chalkboard.
Man, this is such a well-made movie, considering that this was his first like full proper feature.
Yeah.
It's shot well. It's edited well.
It's perfect.
Like
As you
you
can
can
see,
tell
this
they
is,
didn't have a lot of money, and I don't mean that as a negative. You can
This
tell
is
they're
why-
working around it and doing what they can with their budget.
Yeah.
Which I
this
like.
is why I say this is the best werewolf movie. Like I'd rate this higher than American Werewolf.
I don't even think I've seen that.
You haven't seen American Werewolf?
I don't think so. I have some weird gaps in my filmography.
My American Werewolf has the best werewolf transformation scene.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Like I've seen clips.
That or the Howling probably have the best.
there's
But,
another movie I don't think gets enough love. The Howling.
The Howling, yeah.
Yeah.
The Howling's quality.
I like the dog made it. That's a good boy.
The house didn't.
Yeah. Just rubble.
Yeah.
Was he meant to be in like the basement when that house exploded?
He was in the under part of it, yeah.
And so he's just fine.
Like that's the best images you see of the werewolf, really. The elongated.
Actually, for as little as they showed them, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even when you see him full on like that.
Werewolves at my platoon. England 5, Germany 1.
That makes me think of like Kingsman, where he has all those newspapers on the wall when he saved the world, and it's just these ridiculous headlines.
Yeah. That there is such a good movie.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Now you have to go back and rewatch it when you actually watch it.
Oh, I never will.
Yeah.
At least you can say you've seen it.
Yeah, that's a reoccurring theme on these. I don't. Anytime I record, I don't remember anything that happened.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter whether we're watching a movie or talking about this, that, or whatever. It's kind of incredible. I don't repeat myself more than I do.
Sure.
'Cause I don't remember anything that happens. I have zero memory.
That is false information, Poker Gambit. Very false information.
What is?
He said the Harry Potter 3 has the best werewolf turning scene.
Never
False
seen the Harry
information.
Potter movies.
Trying to think what could be Harry Potter. I think American Werewolf beats it. Yes. Looks
I have
old.
literally no idea what they're talking about.
I've been to Harry
Poker-
Potter
Poker-
World like 3
Poker
times.
Gambit said that
I haven't seen the movies.
Harry Potter 3 has the best werewolf turning scene.
There's werewolves in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I didn't know
Apparently.
that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, one of the teachers is a werewolf. And I think his name is Lupin or something like that. Lupus, something like that.
Lupus,
Kind of close,
like the
kind of
disease.
Yeah, Lupin.
yeah, kind of close to something else that has to do with werewolves.
No, I'm intrigued. Are they joking or is this like serious?
No.
That this is the best.
I don't agree with that, but
Okay, right. What we're gonna do is before we end the stream, I'm gonna do this right. Where am I?
What? Got something to say? Give me a minute.
fuck him up, dog.
You want to sing us a song? Sing us a song. That's pretty good. It's not your best.
Still a better singer than Cardi B.
She'll usually actually sing. She's a little too excited for some reason.
There we go. So
What are we watching here? Chill, baby girl. Give me a minute.
Oh, look, my vaccine is ready.
Great.
Give me a minute.
That guy turns into a rat.
Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Or go
This
the
is
opposite direction.
Terrible quality.
Relax.
Taking your potion tonight. You know the man you truly are, Remus. This heart is where you truly live. This heart here.
Is that German subtitles?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. For a second, I thought that was about to be an us. Like, what the fuck is that? Nah.
No, it's all CGI. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Not for me.
It's all rubbery and.
I don't agree with that myself, but
Well, how can you compare that to?
and he looks terrible.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Look at this.
That was better.
I love how he strips Pollock
Chill.
naked.
It's a fucking rat in the middle.
Then suddenly there appeared for me the only
Yeah, so this isn't CGI. What they do, like stop motion or something?
There's something really unsettling about that.
Oh, it's so rough, isn't it? But this is the worst. This is the worst bit of it, where you see like the hair wisping around his body
How do you think they did that though? Like,
painfully.
I mean, like technically, like for the movie.
No idea.
I would
seems
assume
like-
stop motion, right? Like for the arms and legs growing.
Yeah, you'd say
Because
so.
this is before CGI.
That always used to freak me out as well when he has the teeth, but his face is still kind of normal looking.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's like freaky looking, man.
See, that this is the difference between this werewolf and the
Oh,
likes of the werewolf,
animatronics. That makes sense.
where the werewolf that we just watched, like this is more of a dog werewolf.
Animatronics are upsetting too. Like those fucking bears at
Yeah.
Showbiz Pizza or whatever.
Like the only thing I think that's missing is like his gums and all should probably bleed.
Yeah.
I mean, you think every part of you would bleed at that point.
But like how anybody says that the Harry Potter one is better than that is
These are two different things. That was night and day.
Yeah.
Sorry, Poker Gambi, you lose this round.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately. So verdicts on Dog Soldiers.
I think I liked it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
from what you've seen of it.
Yeah.
Still like it as much as ever, Greg.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That will unless something amazing in terms of werewolf comes out, that'll always be my number one.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't know much about werewolves, turns out.
I know enough to know that I'm not going near them.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Seems like it'd be kind of fun to be a werewolf. You just like run around and fuck shit up. Would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire?
I'd rather be a vampire because you can fly.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what kind. What
Yeah, I want to be like
iteration.
Deacon Frost or something out of fucking Blade.
I don't know. I could get down doing a blood tornado.
I wouldn't mind being the vampires from 30 Days a Night are proper fucking vicious vampires.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That might be one for another episode.
I mean, if you're a werewolf, you could be a normal
dogs.
person during the day, but if you're a vampire, you can never go out during the day. Right?
That'd be swell, though. You get to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the night, so I might be okay with that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I just think...
Because you only have to deal with being a werewolf when there's full moon, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. How
Or
often
when
does
you
that
get in a lot of pain.
That's true. That would probably hurt.
That was a fun one, as always. I actually probably have to go back and watch the film now properly at some point. So, Greg, where can people find you?
We're over there on Instagram under the Dynamo Podcast Network, and every show that goes with it. Obviously, with football, with movies, we have horror, music. There's even a hockey one because Ian loves his old hockey.
Expand.
But yeah, we have it all broke down into playlists, and then obviously we have the Retrotainment recast one, which is the game show that we do, essentially.
I want to do that. If you have any guests, I want to do that. I love a good game.
We do. We occasionally have an our guest one on. We done one for Halloween with my two other co-hosts from Retrotainment or from On the Slab. They recast Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, because it was pretty good as it is.
Well, it's not really when you look at it. If you go back and watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the acting in it is terrible. Bar Robert Englund, most of the acting is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he's over the top. He's like, but in a good way. Like,
oh no, he's perfect.
Yeah,
it's just everything else around it isn't.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. But it is what it is for an 80s slasher movie. It wasn't a big budget thing.
It works.
It works perfectly. Like, that's my favorite horror movie.
Yeah, I think some of the shitty stuff about it, like the very end when her mom gets pulled through the door, like
that's the worst scene. Yeah,
it's ridiculous, but it's so ridiculous and unnatural that freaked me out because it's just unsettling watching it happen.
Like, it should have been, the door should have just opened and he pulled her in, really.
Yeah, but just like, I mean, it's clearly like a puppet that they're pulling through the window, but it's just the way, it's like why stop motion freaks me out. It's just there's something unnatural about it, and that just deep inside me, it makes me upset.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find us over there on YouTube under the Dynamo Podcast Network.
All the links will be down in the description anyway, and we'll be sharing them on social media and whatever.
All 400 of them.
Yeah, and myself, and I don't know, Josh, if you want to plug your stuff, it's always in the description anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there. If anyone's watching this, they've probably seen us a million times. Just Action Movie Book Club. Listen, do whatever.
This
or don't.
was
It's fine.
Just like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun either way.
This was a fun one, lads. Me, you, and JP. I think Josh are doing Army of
Yeah.
Darkness next Tuesday, right?
Oh, I hope so. Next
Nice.
Tuesday. Oh, is that? Sorry, let me look.
That's the
what it is.
14th.
Because JP's getting married pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be okay.
What
check with
happened? Sorry, I have to put the wedding off. Wait,
Yeah,
I got to do a
just- yeah,
podcast with the
yeah.
lads.
Yeah,
Cancel your wedding.
yeah. I may be hitting you up, Aaron, to take his place for a week at the end of the month if you're free to do a movie.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
He's got he's
Of
got to
course.
get married, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose he has
What,
to.
are you
Yeah.
not going to the wedding?
They're not doing like a real like a regular one because of all the COVID shit and
Yeah.
everything. So they're just doing
There
a
you go.
quick little hitter.
There's a
And
good
then they'll
idea.
do a party later on.
There's a good idea. Somebody said a live cast.
I told him to do that. My buddy Tyler did that over like last year. He had it streamed on YouTube. So just watch
It's
it.
just strange what we live in.
No, everything's fucked.
Yeah, that's where
Fine,
we've
though.
gotten to.
I mean, I love not leaving my house, so it's perfect for me. But
Yeah, same actually. I'd probably never leave this room if I could get away with it.
yeah, I don't leave. I got everything I want here.
Right,
Fine.
gents. I have to vacate.
Likewise,
I've
pleasure as always, lads. And,
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, look, links will be on social media down below, and yeah, we'll be back next week with Army of Darkness.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Good luck.
Peace, guys.
See ya.